What's up, guys? Fish Keepers here once again with another video. This time I'm going to do a little review on this little macro lens attachment you would use on your phone. It's not expensive. It's less than $5 shipped from China. On eBay you could probably pay a little more and get it shipped from somebody locally in the US. But anywhere from like $3, which is what I paid for this one, up to about $10 for one of these. A lot of times they come with other lenses. They're kind of not meant for aquarium use, but I use them for aquariums. They're actually pretty awesome for this. You're able to really inspect some stuff in your tank to figure out what's going on. Things like Hydra, you can get a better look at the Hydra, Planaria. Make sure that you actually have these things before you start using medicine. Although Hydra and Planaria, you can pretty much tell right away. But you can also look for algae with this and be like, hey, do I really have hair algae? Kind of get a better look at it. Also look at quality of shrimp before they're even old enough to kind of like show color. You can kind of get an idea of like, hey, this is going to be probably a coal or whatever, you know, or just to explore. It's kind of a nice little macro lens to just attach to your tank. I mean, to your phone, and just kind of explore your tank a little bit. Get to see, like, you know, I don't know, anything really, your shrimps, your fish, everything. It's really nice. It actually really does do a good job magnifying. So what I wanted to use it for first is to demonstrate how small shrimplets are, baby shrimps, right? Neocaridina babies. If you see here, this is my 8-gallon tank. Let's see if I could spot a baby before I show you guys. There was tons of them, but I don't see any right now. Well, we'll get back to that, but for now, do you guys see the little baby snail on the glass? It's right there. It's very tiny. It's honestly really, really, really tiny. I can't focus on it, right? Like I lost it already. Do you guys see it? Oh, there it is. So we attach our handy dandy lens, and all of a sudden we got a good view of the little guy. And we know that's most likely a ram horn snail. Now, my lens is a little dirty, so let me clean it up so I can show you a better example of more clarity, basically. So I see a shrimp baby, and the shrimp babies that I'm going to show you guys are probably at the most 5 days old, although I think they're less. If you see here, you probably haven't spotted the baby yet, but you see his shadow a little bit. As I get closer, you see that it's on the rock. You see the rock? There he is, right? Tiny, super tiny, smaller than the little Fluval pellets, Fluval stratum. And then we put our lens on and we can see really what that little guy is doing. You see, it's just chilling there, not really eating or anything. You can see also that it is probably going to be a coal, more than likely. Let me show you actually my crystal shrimp. He's just decided to make an appearance. Look at that. Ugh. Hard to get a good view of him. There you go. He's going into frame. Look at that. So you can really see like patterns on shrimp too for grading purposes if you want to. You can see that, like, for example, this guy is probably like a good, at least a double S, right? SS. Maybe even better than that. Let's get back to the shrimplet. Where is he at? Look at that. King of the rock. He's eating now. So really, when they're newborn, these little shrimp babies, oh, it's gone now, are smaller than the size of a gravel piece. Here, I'm gonna go upside down for a little bit. Sorry, guys. Ooh, I can't spot it anymore, and now I'm all... Alright, well, we'll go back to the same guy, because there's a guy I want to show you guys that's like right there, but I won't because he's a little too far. He's off angle. So let's see if he goes down to the bottom, and then we can show you the size difference between that and the piece of Fluval stratum. There you go. So if you see, Fluval stratum is honestly bigger. So these shrimp babies are born like half the size of a little Fluval stratum. I think Amazonia has the same size pebbles as well. They're probably more the size of a micro pellet, like a smaller, more finer Amazonia, like that small. We're talking about millimeters here, centimeters. So a lot of people ask, well, will fish eat shrimp babies? I mean, you tell me. You think that's not a good snack? It's super tiny. We're talking about, like, I don't even know how to describe that size. I don't know, millimeters, centimeters. and he's kind of going off frame now. There's another guy right here, although this guy is a little bit bigger, eating an algae. You can also see that the hair algae here is pretty bad, so it gives me a good idea, like, hey, I should probably get in here and clean out that algae, remove it with my hand. So really, it's just a fun little lens that you can use to spot algae, look at the quality of your shrimp. Fish are kind of hard to focus on because they move around a lot, but you could also do that if you really wanted to. You could be like, hey, is that a hydra, or is that like a little snail? And you're like, oh wait, what is that? Oh, it's just a snail. You know, you could either remove it or, you know, kill it or whatever. You can look at your plants really well and see how they're doing. You can see this Java moss is doing great. A little bit of algae on the glass, green spot algae. You can also see, like, hey, how is my Japonica doing over here? And in this tank, this Japonica is kind of getting overrun by hair algae a little. The root systems look fine, I guess, but it's not doing as well. Maybe too much light, maybe not enough nutrients, a little flea bug thing, and those are never really a concern of mine. So, see, I just got off frame because those normally get eaten by fish, and or they've never really been a problem for me. I call them fleas or whatever. They're a lot of times introduced into tanks with by floating plants and stuff like that. So this Japonica isn't doing the best. So with this lens, I can kind of tell, like, are those roots growing? And they're like, yeah, they're kind of growing. So they look bad, like maybe not doing so good. But then I look down at the root system, and I'm like, well, you know, it's still there. It's not too bad. Barely off frame is another shrimp over there. Let me show you my cherry shrimp, actually. These are fire red shrimp. Kind of get an idea what they're doing. If you want to look at the anatomy of a shrimp, 4 legs in the front that all feed the mouth, and then 2 that kind of feel around in the front. This is most likely a female, has a racing stripe. Still young though. Yeah, guys, so I mean, you could also use it to kind of look at your assassin snails. Is it going to kill somebody? Is it going to harm somebody? But there it is. Just a quick little review on that. I think it's a lot of fun. About under $5, like, you can't get that kind of enjoyment. I mean, it's honestly, I've spent hours with this thing just trying. Actually, I even submerged my iPhone 10 into my tank to try to get a better view of my shrimp and stuff like that. But I think maybe don't do that. Luckily, the iPhone that I have is somewhat water resistant, but then I can't charge it well, so I just stopped doing that. It's a lot of fun though. Definitely suggest getting this. It's pure fun. It's like child fun. Like, you want to, like, look at your shrimp, your fish, your plants, your algae. Yeah, that's all I got for now, guys. Little what is it called? Macro lens adapter for phones. Definitely get it under $5. I think Amazon has these too. They're probably more expensive or different looks, but you'll probably get it in a day or two. So do that if you can. I kind of wasn't really worried about it. I was like, I'll buy it. It's $4, and then I'll get it here when it gets here, and it did. It's you can't go wrong with this. I mean, nothing was broken or anything. They come with other adapters as well, besides this one, like a fisheye lens and all that stuff. But I wasn't really concerned with those. I don't really need those. There's a few more lenses inside, like those. I don't really need them, you know. But yeah, guys, take care. Like and subscribe if you can. Hit the notification bell, and have a good one.